Hello everyone, my name is SolarFury and today you guys know what it is. We are back on the channel playing some more Clash Royale. Super excited that you guys could tune in with me today as we take a look at a deck that is doing really well in the Clash Royale meta, and it is actually a giant deck of all things. This is a deck that has been around for a very long time. It is a giant triple spell deck with an electro dragon in it. So I'm going to do today's video in a bit of a different format. It is going to be a lot more in depth in terms of strategy and overall analytics and statistics about this deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at some stats for this deck real quick. So on the left side of your screen, of course, you can see the deck. It is a giant Prince Electro Dragon deck with an elixir cost of 3.6. This deck is really well versed. It does really well against a lot of different matchups, whether you're playing against Lava Loon, whether you're playing against Golem, whether you're playing against a deck like Hog XC NATO. This deck does really well in all situations. And one reason of that is because of the Electro Dragon. The Electro Dragon is a very sneaky good card, and especially against decks like Golem, that Chain Lightning can do absolute wonders if you line it up correctly, and Chain Lightning on cards behind the Golem such as a Night Witch and a Baby Dragon. Also, you can play this deck in a very defensive manner if you want to, because we have the Miner, and that can be used for some really good chip damage. You can just spot up and play defense with all the other cards, and if you want to, you can play the Miner on defense or on offense, but I wouldn't recommend that totally. I would definitely recommend pairing the Miner with the Giants on offense. But overall, this is a very solid deck. As you guys can see on the right of your screen, this deck has a 56.7% win percentage and a 43.3% loss percentage. So overall, this deck wins many more games than it loses. Even though this deck is pretty low-key this meta, it's actually doing really well. One popular pro player actually uses this deck, and his name is Boss CR. You guys may know him. He is a popular Twitch streamer and YouTuber for Clash Royale, and this is his signature deck. He does a lot of amazing things with it. So now that we've taken a brief overview of the deck, let's go ahead and talk about some in-depth strategy and some pro tips on how you guys can succeed with this deck. Now that I've gone ahead and given you guys a brief overview of the deck, showcasing the cards in the deck and the stats that surround the deck, I want to give you guys some tips that come directly from some pro players in the Clash Royale community. So I have 5 different tips here, so let's go ahead and take a look at them. Tip number 1 is you want to wait for your opponent to make the first move with this deck. You want to play defensively during single elixir in this deck. So what you do, you wait for your opponent to make the first move. And my second tip is if it's a stalemate and nobody is going to make a move, and if you have your Miner in your first cycle, I would recommend going ahead and dropping a Miner on their tower. Of course, place it in the anti-tornado position at the left-hand corner of their king tower. I will throw up a screenshot of that correct position on the screen so that way you guys can know where to place the Miner. Tip number 3, you want to play your Giant in the back during single elixir, and you want to play the Giant at the bridge during double elixir. During single elixir, if your opponent's not really playing too aggressive, you want to play your Giants in the back so that way you can build up really big pushes behind them with a Prince and a Mega Minion, an Electro Dragon, etc. And during double elixir, you want to play your Giant at the bridge because you have a lot more elixir to go around, and it'll make it a lot better because you can apply a lot more aggression with playing Giants at the bridge, since the Giant is such a good tank for only 5 elixir. Tip number 4 is don't give spell value with the Electro Dragon and Mega Minion on defense. If you're playing these two against a Golem deck and your opponent has a Lightning in that Golem deck, it can give them some incredible spell value as they can take out both the Electro Dragon and the Mega Minion for a +2 elixir trade. And if that's the case, then you are honestly screwed for the rest of the match. I hate to say it, but that's the way it's going to be. So what I would recommend doing is spacing these two out, or bait out the Lightning with your Electro Dragon and then play a Mega Minion and a Prince, so that way your opponent doesn't get as much spell value as they would prior. And now my final tip, I've already somewhat covered this, but during double elixir, you want to play super aggressive. As Clash with Shane would say, play hyper aggressive, all right? So you want to play really aggressive during double elixir, constant Giant at the bridges. After you defend with something and you have a Prince with like half health, play a Giant in front of that. because that is still really hard to deal with. A prince with half health can still do a lot of damage, guys. So be sure to play super aggressive, keep applying constant pressure, so that way you have to keep your opponent on your toes, and that way they have to continue playing defense while you are constantly pushing on offense. So those are 5 really good tips for this giant deck. So now we're going to go ahead and take this deck into a match and see how we can do. Alright guys, so now it is time for us to do some live battles. I don't know whether I'm going to do 1 or 2. It'll all depend on how long the first battle is, but of course here's the deck that we're using. And let's go ahead and play. Witch and Executioner are back to where they need to be. The arrows are really nice. It'll be interesting if we get to face against those. And also the new game rules are in place. In terms of, you guys know, the new double elixir rules. Oh my gosh. This is insane. This is insane. What is he doing? You know, I'm going to have to miner here, though. I really hate that I'm going to have to do that. But the E-Drag just wouldn't be enough there. So, this guy's an interesting player. That's an Arabic, and he's from Abu Dhabi 2020. So, whatever significance that has, I have no idea. I'm going to go ahead and zap that E-Wiz so it only gets 1 hit on my tower. Beautiful. All right, that's nice. So, in this particular case, what I'm going to do is spot up a giant in the back because it is single elixir, and I have a prince that can go behind it if he does nothing about the giant, which is really, really nice for us. So I think we're going to go ahead and spot up a prince. You can either do it behind the king tower or off to the side. I'm going to do it off to the side though because I want to. And this is honestly a good situation. I love having that P.E.K.K.A there because it gives me an opportunity for Electro Dragon Chain Lightning if he does anything else behind the P.E.K.K.A. See, that E-Drag is going to chain onto that Dark Prince and the P.E.K.K.A, which is beautiful. The Giant did end up getting 1 hit on the tower, I believe. And now that E-Drag should fully shut down the P.E.K.K.A, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to drop a miner on that Magic Archer. I would Fireball, but no, I'm not going to do that. We're dropping a miner on that guy, and we're going to pop off. All right, we're going to log this back. I think a log should be enough to shut everything down. That P.E.K.K.A should die before it reaches the tower, and what do you know? It does, guys. I'm just that good with my placements, as you guys know. So what I'm going to do right here, we're going to do a Mega Minion in the back, and then by the time it gets to the bridge, I should be able to place a giant up there, and then go ham on this guy. At least that's what I'm thinking. Or if you're going to do that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rush opposite lane with a prince and a giant. All right, you P.E.K.Ka'd, now I'm going to punish. That's what we're going to do today. All right, oh, but he mirrors the P.E.K.K.A. How interesting. How interesting indeed. Interesting. I'm very intrigued. But we have more damage done on the other side, so that's something I like to see. I'm going to have to do something about that P.E.K.K.A, such as a log, and that catches the E-Wiz in it as well. And I'm going to zap the E-Wiz so it only gets 1 hit yet again. Beautiful defense right there. We're still at somewhat of a damage deficit, which is okay though. But we're going to go ahead and go aggress right here with a giant and a miner. And then we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to play a high prince like that. Get that going. We'll do a Mega Minion as well. That giant is putting in so much work on the tower. It is beautiful, the work that that giant is putting in. He's going to have to rage on defense, which I know is something that you don't want to do, sir. I know that is something that you would not like to do. We're going to play an Electro Dragon right here. And I think we're going to log. All right, that's what we're going to do here. Log and then miner. And then, oh, I was hoping to get 1 more E-Drag hit. That's tough. We're going to zap. Beautiful. Prince right here. Nice. All right, then Mega Minion right here. All right, this should be enough to shut down everything here. We're going to log just to make sure nothing stupid happens. And a flawless defense right there. Oh, so beautiful, guys. Don't you love to see it? Miner with Prediction Fireball. Let's hit that up real quick. All right, that should be game. Should be being the key word. I'm actually going to do a giant right here to pull that P.E.K.K.A back up. And then we'll get a Mega Minion. All right, go up there, P.E.K.K.A. Do your thing. And then we're going to log right here. And then, all right, I'm going to play Prince on defense 1 more time just to make sure nothing stupid happens. Just to make sure, because if something stupid happens, I'm going to regret it for a long time. That Magic Archer is, you know what, I'm fireballing this. Not taking chances, guys. I'm not taking chances. This is a very grinded out type of match. I'm going to play a miner in kind of a different position. Aw, looks like he's giving up. Looks like he's given up. Oh well, I'm gonna give you a good game and then flex the Rascal Girl emote, which is oh so beautiful. So since this one match was so long, I think that is going to be the only match for today. But this proves that this deck can overcome even the most aggressive players, such as this guy. Let's look at his deck real quick. All right, so he had a pretty aggressive deck with a P.E.K.K.A. Mirror Rage. Very interesting deck. I'm not going to lie. He was a very aggressive player, but we just kept our calm, remained cool, and we shut him down completely. So guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And also, if you guys enjoyed this new format of doing deck showcases where it's a lot more in-depth and I do my tips at the beginning of the video and then do gameplay at the end, be sure to leave a like as well. Also, comment down below if you have any constructive criticism for me or any feedback at all. I would appreciate that. And if you are new here and you like what you see, please be sure to hit that red subscribe button down below as well as we continue our road to 1,000 subscribers. And another thing real quick, y'all know it, I got a Twitch channel. We stream Clash Royale every Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You guys should be sure to check that out. We have a great time during the live stream. But anyway, guys, this is SolarFury signing off. Peace out, guys. Have a nice day.